myself such time as I may consume. During consideration of this resolution, all time is yielded for the purpose of debate only.
And the gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 legislative days to revise and extend their remarks.
Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. Speaker, House Resolution 328 provides a closed rule for consideration of H.R. 2278 and H.J. Res. 68. The rule provides a total of 3 hours of debate in this chamber on this vitally important issue of U.S. military operations in Libya. The rule also provides the minority with 2 separate motions to recommit, with or without instructions. Mr. Speaker, it was in this week in 1788, June 21st of 1788, that the United States ratified its Constitution, that Constitution that still serves us so well today. And in that Constitution, our framers made clear that the power of the purse belongs here and here alone, here in the people's house, here on Capitol Hill. And that Constitution made clear that the power to declare war lies here and here alone. On June 3rd of this year, by a vote of 268 to 145, the House of Representatives passed a resolution asking the President to make clear what his intentions are in Libya, asking the President to come and consult with Congress, to get Congress's permission to seek our authority to prosecute those hostilities in Libya. We've received some information from the White House since then. We've gotten a letter from the White House since then. We even have classified documents since then. But what we have not had since then, Mr. Speaker, is an opportunity for the American people to make their voice heard on this important issue. Because after all, this isn't an issue for Congress. Because as a congressman, it's not about my voice. It's about the voice of the 911,000 people back home that I represent, that I bring here to Congress. And those people's voice have yet to be heard on this Libya issue. Operation Odyssey Dawn, in full operation now since the month of March. And the people's voice has still not been heard. But today, Mr. Speaker, the Rules Committee, as one of the longest standing committees in this U.S. House of Representatives, first constituted in 1789, the Rules Committee is making that opportunity available with these 2 resolutions. Mr. Speaker, my hope is that the people's voice will be heard today, that in these hour upon hour of debate that we have today, these 2 very different choices for where this country goes, that the American people will, for the first time, have their voice heard on the question of Libya. As you know, Mr. Speaker, when we come back in July, we're going to the FY 2012 defense bill. In fact, we'll take it up tonight and start considering amendments when we return. We'll again have an opportunity to have our voice heard. Because, Mr. Speaker, there is an entire gradation of options that we have here. Are we going to declare war on Libya? Are we going to allow the President to continue what he's doing in Libya? Are we going to shut down the funding for troops on the ground in Libya? Are we going to shut down funding for Libya altogether? These are the questions that the Rules Committee has made available today and next week, 2 weeks from now, that this House will be able to have its voice heard. And with that, I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman from Georgia reserves.